Hello everyone! It's cold again. It snowed. So we're not going to be outside long. I'm going to set up my recording area because I got some new stuff to put over there. And I cleaned up. Oh, things you couldn't see before because of snow and plant growth. Here's the hood for the CJ, which I'll be talking about today. Because we're starting a new thing called Story Time! Story Time! So freaking cold out here. So you've seen pictures. Here's part of the steering wheel. Yeah. So anyways, we bought this bad boy. It was on all of these, which are 32 by 11.5 R15. I don't know what the 11.3Q is. Load range C, Firestone, Wilderness AT. Really wide tire, widest tire I've ever had. But we'll get to the rest of that story later. So when I bought it, it was working. None of the dashboard, which I don't know where the dashboard is right now, wasn't working. This was my first carbureted vehicle. This cool thing. So ADD. This is the headlight dimmer. It's on the floor. The only thing I didn't like is how close the clutch pedal is to that. So every time I hit the clutch, because I got kind of big feet, I'd hit that also. So I think when I redo this, because it looks like this plate was put in, I'm going to move it over. Yeah, this thing's all ghetto. But first carbureted vehicle, didn't run properly until it was warmed up and the dashboard didn't work, so none of the gauges worked. So I didn't know how fast I was going. I didn't know if I had oil pressure or anything. So anyways, I should probably start from the very beginning. For a very long time, I wanted to buy an old Jeep. I wanted a CJ. And I found this. It was $1,500. And I will insert some pictures of what it looked like when I bought it, while I'm just standing here blabbing on. It ran, so I figured I can drive it while I slowly fix it up. It had the 304, or excuse me, the AMC 304 V8, which had a lot of miles on it, I think. Wasn't taken care of very well, but it had some get up and go. I was able to squeal these tires. And with those big old tires, it would just go in the snow. I didn't have any mud because I bought it in like February. So, yeah, it was snowy and cold as frig like it is now. But it turned out that I should pick this up. I bought this. I was gonna work on it, like I said. Oh man, I'm so ADD and distracted. There's so much stuff out here. Anyways, I bought it so I could work on it and drive it, because I didn't have a car and I just got my tax return and I had money, and I was like, I'll have a car, I'll be able to drive. It was a stick shift. It was an old Jeep. It's a 1974 CJ6. and I'll be able to get a job, and I'll be able to drive to and from work. And as you can see, I'll point out here, this windshield frame is toast. There's supposed to be hold down things, so I should probably do something about that. I'm surprised this has not fallen down in the wind. Oh, maybe that's why. Gonna check that in a minute. But anyways, I was like, I'll be able to get a job, I'll have a car. I ran fairly well once it was warmed up. Oh, one thing here. This works well, but it's stuck in 4 high. Can't get that to move for shit. So I would just undo the manual hubs up here and it'd be 2-wheel drive. But anyways, it's getting cold, so I'm gonna go back inside to finish this story. Oh wait, let's point out some of the rust that I found. Look at this. This is just disgusting. It's probably the same on the other side. This side I was able to get that huge piece off, which is somewhere around the house. Over there, let's see if we can zoom in because I don't feel like walking. 2 sets of fender flares, and I got 2 sets of tires. I have a 3rd set of rims. I got an extra transfer case and a bunch of other crap that's around somewhere, all for free as a bonus with this. And I could have got a bunch more stuff, but I just didn't. Anyways, I'm going to pause this, attach something to from the roll bar to the windshield so it doesn't blow down, which it still could, because as you will see, this is not actually bolted down right now. But anyways, let's get that done so I can get inside and not freeze. Alright, should be pretty good. Flash is on, should be bright enough. But, let's see. I was talking, let you know that I bought it, how much I paid for it, all the stuff I got. Dashboard wasn't working. My original plan for it. Alright, so it sat for a very long time. And let's see, sat for a very long time. Years and years. So I was like, I should change the motor oil. Did that, but nobody ever taught me that you need to check and make sure the gasket on the oil filter comes off. So I had double gasket, and because it was cold, it was my first carbureted vehicle, I just thought it was running poorly because of that, but it turns out it was running poorly because I was running out of oil. So eventually it stalled, wouldn't start back up. I seized the motor, ran it with no oil. So that's what happened to that. So I was like, well, whatever, bro. We'll keep this. Eventually we'll get to fix it. But I purchased the car in 2006 or 2007. Let's see if I can find out. And I was always scared to take it apart because I was kind of new to working on stuff. And so it kind of just sat around. I'd slowly take things apart. Like I took the dashboard off, I took the steering column out, took the rear seat out, which was really, really broken. April 2011, February 11. I bought it in February 24th, 2011. So I've had it, what is that, 7 years now, almost? And let's see, so I towed it home with my dad's truck, flat towed. Let's see. It drove, it started. AMC 304. Four-wheel drive works. Let's see. I seized the motor. Man, I'm really ADD. This is not good for me. Brakes didn't really work that well. And yeah, I had it about a week, maybe 2 weeks, seized the motor. So kind of just sat around. I didn't know what to do with it. So eventually I started tearing things off, so I tore the dashboard apart. The wiring is just horrible in it. Just mishmashed together, so I got all sorts of upgraded parts for it. And a few months later, I was looking around, kept checking for engines. AMC 304, 390, 360, 401, all have same bolt patterns for everything, so you can just bolt it in. So I kept checking, and then I found that Wagoneer I bought. $900. I got the whole truck and a working 360, which you'll find out other stories how poorly that was working. So, did that, bought that truck, was convinced to drive the Wagoneer because it'll be better in the wintertime. It'll be warmer, just better overall. So, CJ just kind of sat there for a long time, got pushed into my dad's backyard, sat there for years and years. Then I moved to Rockford, which is about an hour north of here. If you want to know what I'm looking at, I've got pictures up. I'm going to download these and post them in this video. Well, you'll see them before I even talk about this. But here's some pictures. Here's from the day I purchased it. Go over one more. That's where I parked it. You can see how deep that snow is. Just didn't give a crap about it. So anyways, I moved to Rockford, I towed it up to Rockford, and really started taking things apart. Like, I was able to pull this fender off about to here. It was all welded, all funny, so I couldn't get it off. And the bolts here were really hard to get to. And obviously everything's really rusty because it's Michigan. Got this fender off, the grill of course, the hood. The windshield I'm not going to bother taking off until I have a replacement. Have this off. I need to fix this up. And I'm going to probably remove this because I have a Harbor Freight one now. And reinforce this in the frame. Oh, camera's moving. And these shackles here. I want to get better shackles because these ones are way goofy. And like if you go above 35, the whole truck is going woo-loo-loo-loo. Actually, I have no idea how fast I was going. Oh. And this is the side thing that I was able to get off. The other one, I wasn't. Because it's all welded underneath and kind of welded here and kind of glued. I don't know, some weird crap. Oh, and this top is destroyed. It was never taken care of, and when I took it off and put it away, it just dry rotted really bad. So I need a new top, new doors. I have the exhaust still. And let's see, so I brought it up there, did all that. I got a, oh, when I towed it, that's why I was going to talk about the tires. One of them, I went to fill, and the valve stem cracked. So I put on the other tire, then we drove, and one of the other ones went flat and popped the bead. So I put on the old tires. So I have two of these and two of the really old tires on there. The other ones are really skinny, way smaller, and I believe the original tires that came with the Jeep. I wish I didn't have the flash on now, but whatever. So, that's why those other tires are on there. And I'll put these all in the video, or I'll put a link in the description. I don't know, I'll figure something out. And so I brought it up there. I finally got a cherry picker engine hoist. So I pulled the engine out, and had I done this properly, or known what I was doing, I was trying to take everything apart nicely. Want to pull the heads off and everything. No, wait, I did pull the heads off. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. I forget. But the timing chain cover, I broke it because I forgot there was one bolt left in it, which really makes me sad because I could have sold that or reused it. But this motor was abused. It was filled with like mud. It was just horrible. So I ended up scrapping it. And it's moved back to my dad's house. It was in the front yard for a little while. And so I pushed it to the back because I lost a bunch of the bolts and everything. And I was like, I should just put the motor back into the Wagoneer. Oh yeah, I bought that Wagoneer for the motor for this Jeep. I don't know if I said that. Oh, I do have pictures of that. Cool. So, lost a lot of the bolts. Then I decided recently to start working on this again. I'll have to change all the diff fluid. I'll have to change transfer case fluid and transmission fluid. Currently this one is stuck in 4 high, so I'll have to see if I can find out why that's happening and fix that. And this is the speedometer cable, so we'll have to see about that also. Definitely needs new shocks. Springs would be really nice. As you can see, no, you can't see. Now you can. That's been bouncing off the bump stop. Wiring, of course. And the defrost, I want to build something. Oh, this rear seat was so terrible, I ended up throwing it away. I have the dash pads somewhere. Have both of these matching front seats, but I don't like them. And I'll have to definitely change up all of this wiring in here. And I took the brake booster and master cylinder from the old Buick I had. I'm going to try to use that instead. Hopefully get better brakes. And I need a battery and generally all the wiring. I do have a new distributor. I have a MSI HEI kit, I think it is. With a build your own spark plug wires. I do need all new spark plugs though. I don't think I ever bought those. I have a new radiator. I'll have to get hoses. Definitely need a new filter thingy. Let's see. Don't know what was right here. Don't think there ever was anything. But basically it's sat around for a long time. Depression, moving. And now I'm trying to get back into it. This is my current plan right now. Put that 360 in there, put it in there, run it till either the motor blows up or the transmission blows up, or the 4-wheel drive, or pretty much any other drive line. Because that thing has pencil thin drive shafts. Those axles probably have filled with water. It's been sitting for years, so that thing's probably all going to break pretty fast. But the Wagoneer, when I finally show that video, I'll get more in depth into everything that's wrong with it. And I want to pull this body off. You can't see what I'm pointing at. Pull this body off, put it on the Wagoneer frame, which is 7 inches longer. And what's cool is this is a CJ6. It's a 1974, which means from here to here is 20 inches longer. So what I'm thinking is I can just cut right here and keep this cool body line and stretch that another 7 inches and use everything from the Wagoneer. Have automatic, which will be better overall for everything, and a stronger frame, stronger everything. It's a 6-lug axle instead of 5. Yeah, that's my ultimate plan, because then I can make that more heavy duty. I can build it up for overlanding easier and not have to worry about this horrible frame on there. And yeah, so that's the story of that. You've seen pictures already. It's sitting in the backyard still, obviously in shambles. I have to order about $50 in bolts, because you need special bolts for the flywheel and clutch, which I bought a brand new clutch using the 304 flywheel, which is not recommended. But like I said, that motor, I took it apart, put it back together. It doesn't look the best. I didn't do a great job. I should really do it again, but I just want to fire that thing up. I want to drive it around a little while. I can teach people how to drive a stick when it's in here and have some fun before I do the bigger projects. But yeah, so I gotta buy these special bolts because they're special. I'll have to show you on video when I finally get them. And let's see what else. Now that's the story of April. This video is probably pretty long, but whatever. Deal with it. Again, peace out. And remember, failure is good. And learn from it. If I hadn't just kept trying, this Jeep would still just be sitting there altogether, or I would have sold it or scrapped it. But I kept it. And even though I broke things, I just kept trying, and I've learned a lot, which you'll see in later videos. So, peace.